Modules are a great tool to use to organize all the content that you would like your students to be able to see. You can think of these as physical file folders that contain information or even a one-stop shop for your students to be able to see everything that they should be focusing on in the order that you would like them to focus on the content. You can organize the modules either by topic, as seen in this particular course example, where we have an introduction, giving extra credits, speed grader rubrics modules. So these are all by topics, or you can organize them on a weekly basis and organize everything the students need to be aware of for that week in one module. For example, this 101 day 1 module has the Zoom link for the students, the outline for the day, the activities they are meant to do during the Zoom synchronous live session, as well as resources such as lecture notes and all that information right there for them. So during this video, we will go over how you can create a module, how you can add items to modules, how you can also double check that everything is published and available to the students, as well as how you can move around and organize the modules once you've created them. So when you're going to your empty course the first time, you might see the modules page look like this. So the modules page is often on an empty course the main home page, but if it's not for your course, you can go on the left hand side module and click the word modules, and then you'll get the modules page. And as I said, the first time when it's empty, you will see a big icon in the middle that says create a new module. So how do we create modules? On the right hand side at the top, we click plus module, and then we can enter a module name. So for example, here I'm going to recreate that day 1 module in here. So I'm going to put the name is 101 day 1. And just all I need to do is add the name and then click add module. So now you can see that I have an empty module. It is not published. How can I tell this? Because on the right hand side, I can see a circle with a crossed out line. And when I hover over this, I can see that it says publish. So I can choose to publish at any time. For now, the students cannot see this particular module. So how do we add items inside the module now that we've created? We are going to click the plus symbol to the right of the name of the module. When we do this, we get a little pop-up that asks us, by default, it goes to the last type of content we've added or assignment. It says add assignment to and then the name of the module. We can click the word assignment and we can see all the different types of content we can add. We can add assignments, quizzes, files, pages, discussions, text headers, which is kind of like labels, external websites. So for example, if I wanted to link to a library, a web page with resources for the students, that is what I would use, or the Zoom link for the session, and external tool, which can add any type of external tool like hypothesis that you have in your course. So let's start with page. And we have here a day 1 outline. I'm going to click that one. So I just click the one I want to add, and then on the right hand side at the bottom, I click add item. And now this particular page has been added. I can also, as I said, create labels to organize this information. So I can click the plus sign again. And instead of page, this time I can choose text header and I can write in activities during Zoom session. So this will now be the header. Once I typed in the name, I can click on the bottom right, add item to add this. So now this is the label, activities during Zoom sessions. Notice by default on the right hand side, this is not published. So I can click this circle with the crossed out line and now this is published. Now I can add in a particular assignment or quiz in here as well. So let's add an assignment. I'm going to again click the plus symbol on the right hand side. And where it says add text header to 101, I'm going to instead click on text header and choose assignment. And here I'm going to choose a homework quizzes and you. That's going to be one of the activities. And then I can also put in quizzes or surveys here. So when I click the plus sign, again, it goes to add assignment. I'm going to click this time on the word quiz, and these are all the quizzes that I had in there. So I'm going to choose, for example, final exam. And I can choose more than one item at a time. So I could choose to add all of these if I wanted to, or several of them. For example, if I hold down Shift and click on the another bottom option like this ungraded survey, now I have selected all of these items and it will add all of them. Alternatively, I can click one at a time, for example, this final exam, and then hold down Control on the Windows and click Canvas Recap Quiz Day 1, and now it will add these two items as the to the module. I'm going to select another one. So now I have 3 items. When I click add item on the bottom, it will add all 3. But because I've created a label, I can choose to indent this a little bit to the right. So I'm going to choose indent 1 level, click add item, and now you can see that all these are to the right. The homework quizzes in you, I did not indent it. I can always indent it later. So right now, this particular one is not indented. You can see that it's more aligned with activities during Zoom session. I just click on the 3 vertical dots to the right of this and then just choose increase indent. And now it's lined up with the rest of the quizzes that I added. Now, when I'm looking at a module, the great thing about this module is that at a glance, it tells me what is available and what is not available to the students. I can see that everything with a green check mark is available to the students. So right now I can see that even though I created homework quizzes in you, it is not actually published. So I can click this little circle to the right, and now this is a green check mark. Now this is available to the students. Similarly, I can see at the top, the module itself is not visible to the students, so I can click the circle and now I have a green check mark, meaning everything here can be seen by the students. And this way I am organizing all my content and double checking that everything is available. The other thing I'm going to show you is how to add files. You just click the plus sign right here, and let's say that we want to add a whole bunch of files. We can click the word quiz and choose file instead, and now it will list all the files I currently have in the particular course. But if I didn't have any or I wanted to bring in new files, I just click new files. Then on the bottom I get choose files. When I click that, it will take me to my own computer and I can choose any files from here. So I'm going to pick a couple of files, and you can see that I can select several files here, and it will upload all of these and add them all to the module. So I'm adding 4 files. I now click open, and all I have to do is click add items. It will just upload 1 file at a time. And now all 4 of those files are uploaded to my course, published to the students, and added to this module so my students can have access to them. So it is very easy to add a lot of content to these modules, as well as the ability to organize the modules with the text headers, move them around, and also at a glance see what is published to the students, what is not published to the students. You can always choose to actually not have everything available to the students at once. For example, when I'm looking at this quiz bootcamp course, I can choose to have only the welcome, the homework, and the one-on-one resources available to the students, and can choose with one click to not have the other content yet available to the students by clicking on the green check mark next to the name of these other modules like 102. When I click that green check mark, this particular module is now no longer available to the students, and I can do the same thing for the third module. So now when I'm ready for the students, all I have to do is click that circle and the entire module is available to the students. We're going to go for a second in the student view so you can see what it looks like for the students. You can see the students, they see pretty much what you see. The only difference is they do not see all the controls available for the modules to edit them, but everything else is exactly the same. You can see the labels, you can see the indented content available to them, and all that information. If we leave the student view, the last thing I'm going to show you is the fact that you can move these around. So for example, some professors like to move that current week's module up to the top temporarily during the current week. So how do we do that? Let's say that we are already on the third day and we want to move this one to the very top so it really stands out and is easily accessible to the students. All I have to do is to the right after the green check mark and the plus, we have three vertical dots. When we click those, we can choose to move module. When we do that, it shows us do we want to move it at the top, before or after another module, or at the bottom. We're going to choose at the top and click move, and now day 3 is at the very top, right there for the students to see and have available with the Zoom link they need to use to join in with the outline, all the activities they need to be involved in, all that information right there at their fingertips available to them. So that is how you can use the modules to organize yourself, keep track of what the students can and can't see. Also, keep in mind that when, for example, if I rename this particular quiz, the Canvas Recap quiz, if I rename it in the quizzes section, it will actually update this in the module and it will have the new name right there. So keep in mind that everything you create in Canvas, such as assignments, discussions, pages, quizzes, if you've added them to a module and you rename them, the module will reflect that name change. So it keeps up to date with all that information.